Just in terms of the Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, we've seen a couple of polls this week, both news poll, a poll for the West Australians, the Nightly, also Herald poll last week, which shows that Labor is struggling. One of the polls really had Labor behind in WA. You two are very experienced, or the most experienced political operatives in this country. Michael, do you think Labor is slipping so far behind that they might not even get to minority government?
Well, it's possible. They're on 78, and he'll form he won't get 76. He won't get a majority. The best he can do is minority government. But if he loses 11 or 12 or 13 seats, Peter Dutton may well get more seats in the reps than him, and then Dutton is in a position to negotiate with the crossbenchers. Of course, the Greens will support Albanese, but once you get a majority of seats in the reps, as I think Peter Dutton may well do, then it puts pressure on the Teals and the Independents to give him the first crack at getting to 76 seats. And I can see them losing seats in WA, Boothby, one in Tassie, 2 or 3 in Victoria, 2 or 3 or 4 in New South Wales, and maybe one in Queensland and Lingiari. So I can see Albanese going into the high 60s if this continues. He needs to reset his government. The Voice basically killed this government. It's been a slow leakage of support ever since, and now we know with the cost of The Voice, over $500 million, including donations, was spent on this. Yeah. And Albanese is seen as too woke, too in the city, and he's losing a lot of support in the suburbs, Western Australia and Queensland.
And a hypocrite with his jet-setting lifestyle. Richo, some people have said to me that it's feeling like 2010 when it could end up being a hung parliament. What's your sense of this?
Well, there has to be a chance of that, yes. I'd say that there's a 50-50 chance of it. But, there's also the other side of the 50 is that Albo could get up. He's quite remarkable, Albo. For people who follow politics, he's just seen as that guy next door. People like him. Yes, he would lend you the lawnmower. He's that sort of fella. And he wouldn't necessarily ask for it back next Saturday. So I think people go for people like that. And so Albo's got that likeability factor always in his favour.
Look, he is likeable, Michael Kroger, in person. But I don't know if you'd want someone who'd lend you the lawnmower necessarily as the Prime Minister. You want someone who has a proven track record on the economy, on dealing with the cost of living, on dealing with border security, immigration, foreign policy, standing up for a lack of social cohesion in your own country. What do you think?
Yeah, well, of course, likeability isn't the most important factor federally. It is in the state politics, in my view, but federally you need to be respected. Respect is the most important character trait to have in a federal leader, and I'm not sure Albo's got the respect of everybody. He fell into the position of leader because Shorten buggered up the 2019 election thanks to Chris Bowen. Albo got there, the Morrison government at the end of their life. He was in the right place at the right time and became Prime Minister. Good luck to him. He's achieved things that even great people like Richo and I didn't achieve. So, good on him. It's a great achievement being Prime Minister of this country. But if you'd said to people 10 years ago, Albo will be Prime Minister, most people would have thought, no, he won't be. And that's why I think he's certainly headed for minority government at best. I just don't think he's got the respect of the nation. And I think today's appointment of Mostyn as Governor-General is probably another nail in his coffin with a lot of people in the suburbs and rural Australia.
Which takes us back to where we started. We've come full circle. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, Graham Richardson, Michael Kroger.